Let's beat the runtime today, peeps. It's Yahtzee. It's Beat the Runtime. It's Don Henley. He can't stand still. We can't stand still. We're ready to roll. We're ready to play 11 games today to see how we fare against the individual runtimes of the tracks as well as the album as a whole. And can we get some bonus Yahtzees along the way? As always on this series, we are going for a completely made-up rating out of 100. To judge how we're doing based on these scores. So we have 3 goals, of course, the album runtime, the individual songs, and bonus Yahtzees. I'm feeling like, looking at this, probably 78. That's going to be, I think, where we'll hit. There's a couple long boys on here, which are going to give us problems. But overall, the album runtime is very beatable. And getting the Yahtzees, I mean, we'll see how that goes. Let's begin with I Can't Stand Still. I think that's a phrase I can certainly relate to. I try to keep busy with multiple things, including all these crazy YouTube series. So there you go. Interestingly enough, this is, of course, the album's title track. It is also the opening track. And if I had to guess, probably one of the bigger songs on the album. I think there was a trend, a couple trends maybe in the 70s and 80s where you would see title tracks were common and they were often the first track. And the first track was also often a single. I don't feel like that happens as much anymore in this space. I mean, it happens, right? Like it does happen in rock. Like you have title tracks are a thing. Lead singles are a thing, obviously. But I just feel like that specific combination of things, like first track, lead off single, etc., is something that was extremely common in this era. And it could just be me, my perception, which is not always correct. That's why I rely on you, the viewers, to correct me. We have to make a tough call here because we need 205. We have 181. We need 3 5s for the bonus, which would win the song. The Yahtzee would also win the song. A really good 4 of a kind potentially could. But I think I'm going to go for 5s, and this might prove to be a good choice. We're going to go for it again. We might get hosed here on track 1. Yeah, 191. That's not a good showing. Been a couple days since I've recorded, feeling a little bit rusty. We'll move on to track 2. You better hang up. This is a phrase that I use often with telemarketers and other people that I don't want to talk to. Not like family members or anything. I like talking to them. It is kind of crazy, though, how, I've said this to a lot of people. Telemarketing and scams just in general are, well, telemarketing necessarily isn't, let's, kind of divorce the two from one another a bit. Let's talk about scams, because there are a lot of scams out there, both phone scams, email scams. We're all dealing with these on a regular basis. And I think it's so much that it's just become something that we're like used to. I mean, some people aren't used to it, right? Like they're like falling for these things. And that's where, things like law enforcement has to actually step in and be like, no, don't put all your money in this Bitcoin ATM and stuff like that. What do we want to do here? You're at large trade. This is not going good, by the way. This is not a very good game. But I think that we've just become so accustomed to there being scams and having to screen our calls and be very vigilant when it comes to our emails and identities and things like that. And, we're obviously a very politically divided country, a politically divided world. But I think one thing we can all agree on is that we need to do something about all these scam artists and, the phone spoofing and email spoofing. I mean, that would be, and granted, there are more important things, but like I've always said, hey, if someone makes eliminating the scam issue or greatly reducing it a part of their platform, they would probably get my vote. And I'm surprised that I haven't seen any major people really run on that. And maybe there are, and I'm just missing it because I'm not completely tuned in. I'm too focused on stupid stuff like this. So again, I'm just ranting here. By the way, we're not doing very well. We've lost the first two songs, and they were effectively gimmies. So we're on Long Way Home now, which is the second longest song on this album. So we need Yahtzees here. So I probably need to play aggressively, but like I'm also trying to beat the album runtime, right? So I'm not fully going for it yet, just because we've had a bad start, and I don't think this is looking too much better. There's a nice 3 of a kind. There's a 4 of a kind that we don't need unless we get a 6 for Yahtzee. We have to give up on the Yahtzee now, unfortunately. And we're in damage control right now. This is not me trying to actively beat this track anymore. This is just me trying to put up a score that doesn't suck, and it still sucks. This is 3 of the worst consecutive scores I've put up in a row in a while. And as such, we have a lot of work to do, but that's nobody's business. See that? What I did there, that segue? And that's what I say to you scammers. It's nobody's business what my credit card number or social security number is. It's nobody's business but mine. Get a real job. All right, I'm done bitching about things that are obviously out of my control. We have bigger problems right now. One of those is getting our first Yahtzee of the day. That hasn't happened. I'm joined by Link Dog. Welcome. They can't see you, but you're here. And I can see you, and I know that you're real, and that's all that matters. So I'll give that there. We'll pet you while playing. Maybe that'll be the luck that we require in order to get moving forward here. There's our first Yahtzee. Okay, the 6s come through, buddy. Look at that. What'd I say, 78 I thought would be our rating? I don't know. One thing I do notice is like when I put out these like short clips of these series is I always get a lot of questions like, what is going on here? Because I feel like if you watched at least the full video or the series, you know, but I probably should explain it every time. I did for today already, but just throwing that out there. Everyone should be watching every episode all the time. That's just my opinion. And I don't even know what to go for here. I guess I'll go for 4s and then get a crappy 3 of a kind. That sounds about right. Let's give me a 6 here. Okay, we're in. Oh, there's this large straight I needed. We're gonna try to get this bonus here. Oh, we just got it. That's our first win, and we almost did not get that. That is with the Yahtzee 242. These are some low scores, man. Talking to the moon. I'm talking to myself, and I've been told I have a big head. What is with all the? I know I just recently got a haircut, right? So it's died down a little bit. But I keep getting comments, and it's from different people. But I've gotten like probably, I don't know, 10 of them now, randomly on videos, like that I look like Jack Black. Do I look that much like Jack Black? If so, I mean, fair enough. I mean, I guess everyone has a celebrity lookalike, right? Is that mine, really? I wouldn't have expected that, but if it's drawing in viewership, you know. I am a fan of his work. So there's that. At least his early stuff. I haven't gotten into anything like, I think the Minecraft movie that he did just looked awful, and I don't have any particular interest in Minecraft, so maybe I'm not the target demo there, but it just feels like they just kind of half-assed that. And I think he also did, I think the one that I was disappointed in was the Borderlands thing. Because I'm a big fan of that series, and that whole thing was a train wreck, though. I mean, it was always gonna be. If you looked at that casting, like it was like, oh, it was a fine, very like very fine set of actors. Like, don't get me wrong, but it was obvious it was never going to work for that film. I'm sure some people did like it, but it few and far between. Let's move on to Dirty Laundry, which is something I'm going to have to work on after I'm done recording. So in that sense, Don Henley here really talking about things that we can very much relate to today, currently, as we're playing, which is really nice. I think he also did. It's not on this album. Was he the Boys of Summer guy? Was that him? I'm gonna say yeah, even though I don't 100% know for sure. I know the Ataris covered it, so that was like the version that we heard a lot growing up. Um, Actually, I heard both because I'm in my 40s here, so let's be honest. I heard both versions. Which one's better? Probably the original version. And I always wonder, like, why is it like when you listen to that song, it's just the riff is so intense. Like, it's just such a freaking intense riff for the subject matter. Like, it's like there's a Yahtzee of all sixes. I feel like the main riff in Boys of Summer, that bow down, down, bow down, you know what I'm talking about? It's so intense for the subject matter of the song. It's like a life or death riff. Like, it doesn't match the tone of the lyrics. And especially because the chorus, like, it really brightens up. I'm sure it's deliberate. Like, I'm not a professional musician. I just act like I am. But it's a fantastic song. Both the original and the Atari's cover. I mean, they're both great. So, we kind of got to go for it. Oh, we get the 7. But I digress. What do we need to do here? We need a full house. I'm just not making good choices today, and I'm not having great luck. Like, we're not getting this bonus. I'll just go for a all sixes Yahtzee again. 227. We were never going to beat that song. So Dirty Laundry's the longest song? Is that what we're getting? All right, where are we at here? We're over halfway through, and we're not even halfway to the goal that I predicted, which was 78. Johnny can't read. Accurate. Johnny can't play Yahtzee right now, is what this should be called, because I am doing terribly. Perhaps our fortunes will pick up here. Because I know, aside from just me looking like Jack Black, you're tuning in to see great Yahtzee gameplay. And for that, I say, once again, please check out the Me vs. Me Yahtzee channel if you want some good physical live action Yahtzee. Or you just need more of Yahtzee content. I would recommend you check out that channel as well. I am a big stand for the Me vs. Me Yahtzee channel, and it was definitely an inspiration to even do this series, because otherwise we would have just focused on video games and stupid things, even though technically Yahtzee Master version 1.47 by Mr. James Garton, which we are currently using to play through this, is a video game. And we thank him every day for what he has created. I'm going to take a rare small straight 0 because I really want to bank on getting this bonus, I think. And we're not going to get it that way. If I take this off 187, we need 204. I hate zeroing out stuff, like just in general. It makes me really mad, but we have no options. This has been an unlucky session. Maybe the worst we've seen so far. There's still time to turn it around as we move on to them and us. I mentioned this a lot. We are just a few days away. I think there's like 3 more episodes of 80 stuff, and then we're going to start getting into fan submissions. So if you have submissions that you want to see, now's the time. Put them in the comments for what album you want me to try and compete against in Yahtzee, and I will likely oblige. If not in this next set coming up, depending on recording timing, it will be very soon after. So I am keeping a list. I'm checking it twice. It's going to be really nice to see what some of you people have out there and what you want to see in the Yahtzee arena. I'm looking forward to it. And if nothing else, it gives me an opportunity in a lot of cases to check out music that maybe I wouldn't normally listen to. That's not saying that like these albums that we're doing, like I've listened to all of these albums, because I haven't, but chances are the fan suggestions I will be at least looking into, because obviously, right, that's like important to one of the viewers, and we want to reward that here on the JWE channel. Can't get a small straight, but we already have the bonus, so that's okay. We need 235, so I'd really like to get a 4 here. Come on, can I just get a small straight? Like it's usually so easy for me to get one of these, and we're not going to get one. Unbelievable. So we lost that too. Comedy of Errors. I don't even know how to pronounce this next one, but it must be like an instrumental ditty or like an intro to the preceding song. It's only 50 seconds in length. I feel like 50 seconds would have been an appropriate length for this episode based on how poorly of a showing is happening. We have got 2 Yahtzees. This may be the first time in a while we don't meet the we may not even meet the Yahtzee goal. And that hasn't really happened since we adjusted that metric. Here's an opportunity for one. Okay, maybe I'm speaking just a little bit too soon. I do think we probably need to be kind of aggressive here, because we have a song that we've already beat. We have a Yahtzee that we've already scored in this particular game, so a bonus Yahtzee would give us another 100 points, and that is right there. Perfect. Absolutely what I'm talking about. That's our 4th Yahtzee of the day and our 2nd of this game, and we have finally a score that I think we could be very proud of. And now, yeah, we got to play aggressive, right? Like, just send it. Even here, I'm going to do ones because we haven't done ones. 2s and 4s are left. I mean, I'm going to do 6s because why wouldn't I? I guess we'll switch to 2s. And we'll take the 2s. It's looking like 370 unless we can get another Yahtzee, because I'm not going for 4s. I probably should have went for 4s because we didn't have the bonus, so that was an oversight on my part. That may have actually helped us on our journey. But at least now we're in a position where we can feasibly get the album runtime taken care of, as long as we don't completely botch these last 2 games. The large straight luck is back. Straight luck has been off today. Like, it started out, we got that large straight right out of the gate pretty early on in the first game, and then it just was all over the place, and now it's starting to come back around, which is very, very nice. We still are looking for another Yahtzee, so let's keep our eyes open for an opportunity at that. 2s and 5s. I think I'll stick with 2s since I'm already kind of committed there. Could go for... This is a tough call all around. We have to zero out the 1s. There's our 5s now. Going to be tough to get the bonuses have been just... have just not been happening. There's a... we don't need that, bro. We need more stuff. I'll take it there just because I want to take whatever points I can get, even though we're not getting that bonus. I'll zero out Yahtzee, and we'll try to get just a paltry 4 of a kind, which we can't even get. And then we'll look at... We need 217 is the score for this last track, The Unclouded Day. The Unclouded Day. Obviously, I'm missing context of what these songs are about. That can mean a myriad of things right there. But why wouldn't you just say, oh, it's a clear day? I guess it's kind of boring. I guess saying The Unclouded Day is a lot more audibly interesting. Like, ooh, an unclouded day. One of those is coming up. Perhaps we can see the blood moon in all its glory. There's our... Look at this. We are good on Yahtzees. So that is huge. That's probably going to put us exactly where we need to be. So we're coming in strong on the last couple tracks here. You love to see a nice comeback. And I'm not going to get greedy here because it doesn't really help us. We can beat this track. We can beat the album runtime if we just play smart. Not necessarily safe, but smart. Can we get some more ones, please? No, thank you. Okay. Fours. I'm not going to force the large straight yet because I just don't think we need to go there yet. Oh, there we go. There's some threes. We already have threes and full house, but the potential was too great. Now we're at 192. Gonna be tough now because we do need to focus on getting the bonus. We would need, we only need 2 6s for it. We should be able to get it. There it is. That should do it for both this track and the album as a whole. We'll try to get one more good score in here. 245, that's a win. We beat the album runtime. We got 4 songs individually, and we did the Yahtzee Frenzy. That puts us at 80.91. That's a little bit better than I predicted, but it's only because we did so well in the last couple songs. Well, that was a journey. Like I said, I felt a little bit rusty, but it's okay. We'll come back at this tomorrow with another album from the 80s. Leave your suggestions for albums in the comments. We'll get to those at some point. Here in the next few days, we're going to start on some fan suggestions before continuing on our trajectory. So we look forward to it, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Or actually, I'll be talking to myself and pretending like I'm talking to someone on the other side of this camera, which is you. That's you watching.